号，欢迎莅临观赏。
请将您随身携带的电子用品关机或调震动，避免影响台上的表演者。Please turn off all electronic devices, including watches, cell phones, and other items which may make unexpected sounds. 请关闭电子用品的闪光灯，欢迎大家为所有表演者留下美美的照片。Please turn off the flash while taking beautiful pictures for all performers. 请勿在场内饮食，如有需要，请至会场外。Eating and drinking are not allowed in the auditorium. 请不要于表演过程中交谈，避免影响其他来宾的观赏权益。Please refrain from talking in the middle of a performance, lest others' enjoyments are affected by it. 表演开始 ，The show begins.
All right, see you. Bye bye. Did you hear what I was playing then?
I didn't think it was polite to listen, sir.
Polite? For God's sake, I was talking about the piano. Have you got a cucumber sandwich card for Lady Break now?
Yes, sir.
How are you, my dear Ernest? What brings you up to town?
Oh, pleasure, pleasure. What else is doing one anyway? 一天的事就还是要去。
Oh, I believe it's customary in good society to have some slight refreshment at 5 o'clock. Where have you been since last Thursday?
In the country.
What on earth do you do this?
Once in town, one amuses oneself. Once in the country, one amuses other people. It is excessively boring. Although Ernest comes white cucumber sandwiches was such a reckless extravagance in one so young. Who's come to tea?
Well, merely an all-star in Gwendolyn.
How perfectly delightful.
Yeah, it is all very well, but I'm afraid an all-star won't quite approve of your being.
May I ask why?
My dear fellow, the way you flirt with Gwendolyn is perfectly disgraceful. And it's almost as bad as the way Gwendolyn flirted with you.
I'm in love with Gwendolyn. I've come up to town expressly to propose to her.
That's all you come for pleasure? I call that business.
What the unromantic you are.
I really don't see anything romantic in proposing. It is very romantic to be in love, but there's nothing romantic in a definite proposal. Why? One may be accepted. One usually is, I believe. Then the excitement is all over. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. And if I ever get married, I certainly try to forget about it.
I've no doubt about that, Dialgy. The default especially effective for people whose memory are so curiously constituted.
Well, there's no use speculating on the subject. The divorce laws are made in heaven. Hey! Please do not touch the cucumber sandwich. They are ordered specially for unmarried.
Well, you have been eating them all the time.
Well, that's not a different matter. She's my aunt. Have some bread and butter The bread and butter is for Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is devoted to bread and butter.
And very good bread and butter is too.
Oh, my dear fellow. You need not to eat as if going to eat it all. You behave as you married her already. And you are not married to her already. And I don't think ever will be.
Why on earth do you say that?
Well, in first place, Rose never married to the man that blurred it. Rose don't think right.
Well, that is nonsense.
It isn't. It accounts. It's quite true. It accounts for extraordinary numbers of bachelors that one sees all over the places. In second place, I don't give my consent.
Your consent?
My dear fellow, Gwendolyn is my first cousin. And before I allow you to marry her, you will have to clear up the whole questions of Cecily.
Cecily? What do you mean? What do you mean, Algie? By Cecily? I don't know anyone of the name of Cecily.
Bring me that cigarette case that Mr. Worthing left in the smoking room last time he dined here.
Yes, sir.
Do you mean to say you have my secret case all this time? I wish to goodness you had let me know.
I think that is rather mean of you, Ernest, I must say. However, it makes no matter. For now, I look at the inscription inside, and I find that the thing isn't yours after all.
Of course it's mine. You have seen it with 100 times, and you have no right whatsoever to read what is written inside. It is very ungenerous thing to read a private secret case. I simply want my secret case back.
Yes, but this isn't your cigarette case. This cigarette case is a present from someone of the name of Cecily. And you say you didn't know anyone of the name.
Well, if you want to know, Cecily happens to be my aunt.
Your aunt?
Yes, show me no lady issues too. Just give it back to me, Algie.
But yes, but why does your aunt call herself Little Cecily if she's your aunt and live from Little Cecily with her fondest love?
My dear fellow, what on earth is that? Someone to tall, someone to not tall. Ladies and men is short and all may be allowed to decide for herself. You seem to think that every aunt should be exactly like your aunt. It is absurd. For heaven's sake, give back my secret case.
Yes, but why does she call you her uncle? From Little Cecily, with her fondest love to dear Uncle Jack. Now, there is no objection, I admit, for an aunt to be a small aunt. But why an aunt, no matter what her size may be, she'll call her own nephew her uncle? I can't quite make that out. Besides, your name isn't Jack at all. It's Ernest.
Well, it isn't Ernest. It's Jack.
Jack? Well, you always told me it was Ernest. I have introduced you to everyone as Ernest. You answer to the name of Ernest. You look as if your name is Ernest. Well, you are the most earnest-looking person I have ever seen in my life. It is perfectly absurd that you say your name isn't Ernest. It's on your card. Here is one of them. Mr. Ernest Worthing. Now I put this as a proof that your name is Ernest, in case you ever attempt to deny to me, or to Gwendolyn, or to anyone else.
Well, my name is Ernest in town, and Jack in the country, and the secret case was given to me in the country.
Well, yes, but that does not account for the fact that your small aunt, call you her. Come, old boy, you had much better let everything out at once. I may mention that I've always suspected you to be a confirmed and secret barbarous, and I'm quite sure of it.
Barbarous? What do you mean by barbarous?
I will reveal to you the meaning of this incomparable expression as long as you are kind enough to tell me. Why are you earnest in town and Jack in the country?
Well, produce the secret case first.
Here is it. Now, produce your explanation and pray make it improbable.
In fact, perfectly ordinary. Late Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman, who adopted me when I was a little boy, made me in his will guardian to his granddaughter, Miss Cecily Cardew. Cecily, who addresses me as uncle for a moment of respect that could you not possibly appreciate, lives to my place in the country under the charge of admirable governess, Miss Percy.
Now go on, why are you earnest in town and Jack in the country?
I've always pretended to have a younger brother of the name of Ernest, and he gets into the most dreadful scrapes. That, my dear Algy, is the whole truth, pure and simple.
The truth is really pure and never simple. What you really are is a barbarist, and I was quite right in saying you are a barbarist. You are the most advanced barbarist I know.
I'm not a barbarist at all.
Well, you have invented a very useful younger brother called Ernest, in order that you may become up to tell us often as you like. And I have invented an invaluable permanent invalid called barbarity, so that I may be able to go down into the country whenever I choose to. You see, barbarity is perfectly invaluable. Now that I know you to be a barbarist, I naturally want to talk to you about barbarity. I want to tell you the rules.
I'm not barbarist. If Quentin accepts me, I'm going to kill my brother. Indeed, I think I'll kill him in any case. Cecily's a little too much interested in him. It's rather bores on going to get rid of Ernest. And I strongly advise you to do the same with Mr. With your friend Wesley of Sunny.
Well, Barbary? Nothing will induce me to part with Barbary. And if you ever get married, which seems to me is extremely problematic, you'll be very glad to know Barbary. A man marries without knowing Barbary has a very tedious time with it. If you don't want to know Barbary, then certainly your wife will. That you don't seem to realize. In married life, 3 is company, and 2 is none. It must be unobvious. Now, if I get her out of the way for 10 minutes, so you can have the opportunity of proposing to Gwendolyn. May I dine with you tonight at Willis?
I suppose so, if you want to.
Yes, but you must be serious about this. I hate people who are not serious about meals. It's so shallow of them.
Mr. Lady Britnell and Miss Fairfax.
Good afternoon, Algernon. I hope you are behaving very well.
Well, I'm feeling very well, Augusta.
That's not quite the same thing. In fact, the two things really go together.
Dearie, you're smart.
I'm always smart, am I not, Mr. Worthing?
You're quite perfect, Miss Fairfax.
Oh, I hope I'm not that. It will leave no room for development, and I need time to develop in many directions.
I'm sorry, we are a little late, Algernon. Now, I'll have a cup of tea and one of the nice cucumber sandwiches you promised me.
Certainly, Aunt Augusta. Good heavens, Lan! Why are there no cucumber sandwich? I ordered that especially.
There were no cucumber in the market, sir. I went down twice.
No cucumbers?
No, sir, not even for ready money.
That will do then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I am greatly distressed, Aunt Augusta, about there being no cucumbers. Not even for ready money.
It really makes no matter, Algernon.
Well, Aunt Augusta, I shall have to give up the pleasure of dining with you tonight after all.
I hope not. It will put my table completely out.
It's a great bore, and I need hardly say a terrible disappointment to me. But the fact is that I have just had a telegram to say that my poor friend Barbary is very ill again, and they seem to think I should do it.
It's very strange. This Mr. Bunbury seems to suffer from a curiously bad health.
Yes. Poor Barbary is dreadfully invalid.
Well, I must say that I think it's high time that this Mr. Bunbury made up his mind whether he was going to live or to die. Hell, there's a primary duty of life. Gwendolyn, you will accompany me.
Certainly, Mamma.
Charming day it has been, Miss Fairfax.
Pray don't talk to me about the weather, Mr. Worthing. Whenever people talk to me about the weather, I always feel quite certain that they mean something else, and that makes me so nervous.
I do mean something else.
I thought so. In fact, I'm never wrong.
And I would like to be allowed to take advantage of Lady Bracknell's temporary absence. Miss Fairfax, ever since I met you, I have admired you more than any girl I have ever met since I met you.
Yes, I'm quite well aware of the fact. My ideal has always been to love someone of the name of Ernest. There's something in that name that inspires absolute confidence. The moment Algernon first mentioned to me that he had a friend called Ernest, I knew I was destined to love you
You really love me, Gwendolyn.
passionately.
Darling, you don't know how happy you made me.
My own Ernest.
But you really meant to say you couldn't love me if my name wasn't Ernest.
But your name is Ernest.
Yes, I know it is. But supposing it was something else, do you mean to say you couldn't love me then?
That is clearly a metaphysical speculation. Like most metaphysical speculations, has very little reference at all to the actual facts of real life as we know them.
Darling, you really love me.
Yes, Mr. Worthing.
May I propose to you now?
I think it would be an admirable opportunity, Mr. Worthing, and to spare any possible disappointment. I think it only fair to tell you quite frankly beforehand that I am fully determined to accept you.
Gwendolyn,
Yes, Mr. Worthing. What have you got to say to me?
You know what I got to say to you.
Yes, but you don't see it.
Brandon, will you marry me?
Of course I will, darling. How do you think about it? I'm afraid you have had very little experience in how to propose.
But alright, I never love anyone who will but you.
What wonderful yarns you have, Ernest. I hope you will always look at me just like that, especially when there are other people present.
Mr. Worthing, why, sir, from this semi-recumbent portion, it is indecorous.
Mamma, I must beg you to retire. This is no place for you. Besides, Mr. Worthing has not quite finished yet.
Finished what, may I ask?
I'm engaged to Mr. Worthing, Mamma.
Pardon me, you're not engaged to anyone. When you to be engaged to someone, I or your father, should his health permit me, will inform you of the fact. And now, I have a few questions to put you, Mr. Worthing. While I'm making these inquiries, you, Gwendolyn, will wait for me below in the carriage.
Mamma!
In the carriage, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn! In a carriage!
Yes, Mamma.
You can take a seat, Mr. Worthing.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell. I prefer standing.
Well, I'm bound to tell you that you're not down on the list of eligible young men. However, I'm quite to enter your name should your answers be what a really affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
Well, yes. I must admit, I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have a patient of some kind. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
29.
A very good age to be married. A man who desires to get married should either know everything or nothing. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or in investment?
In investment, chiefly.
That is satisfactory. Are your parents living?
I had lost both my parents.
To lose one parent may be regarded as misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth. Was he born in a radical paper called the Purple of Commerce? Or did he rise from the ranks of the aristocracy?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I say I had lost my parents. It would be nearly true to say my parents seem to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
Yes, old Mr. Thomas Cardew, an old gentleman of a very charitable and kindly disposition, found me engaged in the name of Worthing because he happens to have first-class ticket for Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex.
Where did this gentleman find you?
In a handbag?
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell. I was in a handbag, a somewhat large bag than the handbag, with handles to it, an ordinary handbag in fact.
In what locality did this Mr. Thomas, Mr. James, or Cod come across this ordinary handbag?
In the cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him in mistake for a song. May I ask you then, what will you advise me to do? I need hardly say I would do anything in the world to ensure Brandon's happiness.
I will strongly advise you, Mr. Worthing. Try to acquire some relation as soon as possible.
Well, I don't see how I could possibly manage to do that. I can produce the handbag at any moment. It is in my dressing room at home. I really think that should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me? Sir? What has it to do with me? You've been holding amazed
mean to say Gwendolyn has refused you? Oh, I've noticed when she's always refused people. I think that is most unnatural of her.
Oh, Gwendolyn is alright. As far as she's concerned, we are engaged. Her motto is perfectly unbearable. In any case, she's a monster without being a myth, which is rather unfair. I beg your pardon, Algie. I suppose I shouldn't talk about your own level before you.
Oh, my cute boy. I love hearing my relations abused. In fact, that's the only thing that makes me put up with them at all. You see, relations are simply a tedious pack of people who hasn't got the remotest idea about how to live, nor the smallest instinct about when to die.
It is nonsense.
It isn't.
Well, one argue about a matter, you always want to argue about things.
And that's exactly what things were originally made for.
Upon my word, if I thought that I'd shoot myself. You don't really think there's any chance of Gwendolyn becoming like your mother in about 150 years, do you, Algie?
Old women becomes like their mothers. That's their tragedy. No man does, does it?
Is that perfect?
Well, it's perfectly phrased. And quite as true as any observation in a civilized life should be.
I'm sick to death of cleverness. Everybody's clever nowadays. You can't go anywhere without meeting clever people. The thing has become an absolute public nuisance. I wish to goodness we had a few fools left.
We have.
I just dream I like to meet them. What do they talk about?
The fools? About clever people, of course.
What fools?
Anyway, have you told Gwendolyn the truth of you being Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear fellow, the truth isn't quite the sort of things that one tells to a nice, sweet, refined girl. What extraordinary ideas you have about the way to behave to a woman.
Huh. The only way to behave to a woman is to make love to her. And if she's pretty, then to someone else if she's plain.
It's nonsense.
What about your brother, the prophet Ernest?
Oh, before the end of the week, I should have got rid of him. I'll say he died in Paris. That gets rid of him.
Well, but I thought that to say Miss Carby was a little too interested in him. Won't she feel his love a good deal?
Well, that is all right. Cecily is not a silly romantic, though, I'm glad to say. She has got a capital appetite, goes on walk, and pays no attention at all to her lessons.
I would rather like to see Cecily.
I will take very good care you never do. She's excessively pretty, and she's only just 18.
Well, have you told Gwendolyn that you have an excessively pretty word who is just only 18?
Well, one doesn't brother things out to people. Cecily and Gwendolyn are perfectly certain to be extremely great friends. I bet you anything you'd like to have an hour after they have met. They'll be calling each other sister.
Women only do that when they have told each other a lot of other things first. Now, people, if we want to get a good table at Willie's, we really must go and dress. Do you know it's nearly 7?
Well, it always is nearly 7.
Well, I'm hungry.
I never knew you weren't.
Miss Fairfax.
Do you mean about my work?
Algie, kindly turn your back. I have something very particular to say to Mr. Worthing.
Really, Gwendolyn? I don't think I can allow this at all.
Algie, you always adopt a strictly moral attitude towards life. You are not quite old enough to do that.
Dear Gwendolyn,
Ernest, we may never be married. From the expression of Mama's face, I fear we never shall. Few parents nowadays pay any regard to what their children say to them. The old-fashioned respect for the young has fast died out. Whatever influence I ever had over Mama, I lost at the age of 3. But although she may prevent us from becoming man and wife, and I marry someone else, and very often, nothing that she can possibly do can alter my eternal devotion to you.
my own darling.
Your Christian name has an irresistible fascination. The simplicity of your character makes it exquisitely incomprehensible to me. What is your address in the country?
Manor House, Wootton, Hertfordshire.
There's a good postal service, I suppose. I will communicate with you daily.
Dear Gwendolyn,
How long do you remain in town?
till Monday.
Good. Algie, you may turn around now.
I have turned around already.
You may also ring the bell.
You'll let me see your carriage, my own darling.
Certainly.
I will see Miss Fairfax out.
Yes, sir.
A glass of sherry, Anne.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, I'm going bumpering,
Yes, sir.
and you can put up with my smoking dresses, my dress clothes, and all the bumpering suits.
Yes, sir.
I hope tomorrow is going to be a fine day.
It never is, sir.
Then, you're a perfect husband.
I do my best to give satisfaction, sir.
This is sensible, intellectual girl. The only girl I ever cared for in my life. What on earth are you so amused?
I'm just a little too anxious for the poor bumpers, that's all.
If you don't take care, your friend Bunbury will get you into street scrape someday.
Scraps? I love scraps. That's the only thing that are not serious.
What is nonsense? You're always talking nonsense.
Nobody ever does.
Cecily? Cecily! Your German grammar is on the table. Open at page 15. We will repeat yesterday's lesson.
But I don't like German. It is an old becoming language. I know perfectly well that I will quite plan after my German lesson.
Child, you know how anxious your guardian is that you should improve yourself in every way. He laid particular stress on the German as he was leaving for town yesterday. Indeed, he always lays stress on the German when he is leaving for town.
Uncle Jack is so very serious. Sometimes I think he is so serious that he cannot be quite well.
Your guardian enjoys the best of health and spiritual demeanor is especially to be commended in one so comparatively young as he is. I know no one who has higher sense of duty and responsibility.
I suppose that is why he often looks a little bored when we three are together.
Cecily, I'm surprised at you. Mr. Worthing has many troubles in his life. Idle merriment and triviality will be out of place in his conversation. You must remember his constant anxiety about the unfortunate young man, his brother.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that unfortunate young man, his brother, to come down here sometime. We might have a good influence over him, Miss Prison. I'm sure you certainly would. You know German and geology and things of the kind influence me very much.
I do not think that even I could produce anything on character that, according to his own brother's admission, is extremely weak and facility. Cecily, you must put away a diary. I really don't see why you keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful secrets of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them.
Memory, my dear Cecily, is a diary that we all carry about with us.
Yes, but it usually chronicles the things that have never happened and couldn't possibly have happened. I believe memory is responsible for nearly all the 3-volume novels that Moody sends us.
Do not speak slightly of a 3-volume novel, Cecily. I wrote one myself in earlier days.
Did you really, Miss Prison? How wonderfully clever you are! I hope it did not end happily. I don't like novels that end happily. They distress me so much.
The good ended happily, the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means.
I suppose so, but it seems so unfair. And was your novel ever published?
No. The manuscript unfortunately was abandoned. I used the word in the sense of lost or misled. To the work trial,
But I
these
see
speculations
Mr.
are...
Chasuble came into the garden.
Dr. Chasuble, this is a dear pleasure.
And how are we this morning? Miss Prison, you are, I trust, well?
Miss Prison has just been complaining of a slight headache, and I think it would do her so much good to have a short story with you, Dr. Chasuble.
Cecily, I have not mentioned anything about a headache.
No, dear Miss Prison, I know that, but I feel instinctively that you had a headache. Indeed, I was thinking about that and not about my German lesson when Chasuble came in.
I hope, Cecily, you are not inattentive.
Oh, I'm afraid I am.
That is strange. We are fortunate enough to be Miss Prison's pupil. I will hang upon her lips. Mr. Worthing, I suppose, has not returned from town yet.
We do not expect till Monday afternoon.
Oh, yes. He usually likes to spend his Sunday in London. He is not one of those who saw endless enjoyment, as, by all accounts, an unfortunate young man his brother seems to be. But I must not disturb Miss Prison and her pupil any longer.
I think, dear doctor, I will have a stroll with you. I found I headache after all. And the work might do me good.
With pleasure, Miss Prison, with pleasure. We might go as far as the schools and back.
That would be delightful. Cecily, you will read your words pleasure in my absence.
Horrid literature, horrid wild, horrid
Mr. Ernest Worthing was driving from the station, and he has brought his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing? Uncle Jack's brother. Did you tell him Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss. He seems very much disappointed. I mentioned that you had mispronounced about your garden. He said he was anxious to speak with you privately for a moment.
Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come here. I suppose you had better talk to the housekeeper about a room for him.
Yes, miss.
I have never met any really wicked person before. I feel really frightened. I'm so afraid he will look just like everyone else. He does.
You are my little cousin Cicely, I am sure.
You are under some strange mistake. I am not little. In fact, I believe I'm more than usually tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cicely. You, I see from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest, my wicked cousin Ernest.
Wicked? But I am not wicked at all. Cousin Cicely, you mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you're not, then you have been deceiving us all in a very inexcusable manner. I hope you are not leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Of course, I've been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
Well, in fact, now you mention the subject, and I have been very glad in my own small way.
I don't think you should be so proud of that, but I think it must have been very pleasant.
It's much pleasanter being here with you.
I can't understand how you're here at all. Uncle Jack won't be back till Monday afternoon.
Well, it's a great disappointment to me. I'm obliged to go out by the first train on Monday morning. I have a business appointment that I can't afford to miss.
But still, I think you should wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wants to speak to you about your immigrating.
About my what?
You're immigrating. He's going out to buy your outfit.
Oh, I certainly won't. Jack go buy an outfit. He has no taste in neckties at all.
I don't think you will require neckties. Uncle Jack is sending you to Australia.
Australia? How soon die?
Well, he speak at dinner on Wednesday night that you will have to choose between this world, the next world, and Australia.
Oh well. The accounts I have received from the next world and Australia are not particularly encouraging. This world is good enough for me, cousin Cicely.
Yes, but are you good enough for it?
I'm afraid that I'm not that. So that's why I want you to reform me. You might make it your mission, cousin Cicely, if you don't mind.
I'm afraid I've no time this afternoon.
Well, would you mind if I reforming myself this afternoon?
It's rather quixotic of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
You are looking a little worse.
Well, that's because I'm hungry.
How thoughtless of me! I should remember when one is leading an entirely new life, one requires regular and wholesome meal. Won't you come in?
May I have a buttonhole first? I never have any appetite. unless I have a buttermilk first.
Marisha Miel?
No, I'd sooner like a pink rose.
Why?
Because you are like a pink rose, Cousin Cicely.
I don't think it can be right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prison never says such things to me.
Well, the Miss Prison is a short-sighted old lady. You are the prettiest girl I have ever seen in my life.
Miss Prison says all good looks are a snare.
They are a snare that every sensible man would like to be caught in.
Oh, I don't think I would care to catch a sensible man. I should know what to talk to him about.
But where is Cicely?
Perhaps she followed us to the schools.
Mr. Worthing,
Mr. Worthy,
this is indeed a surprise. We did not look for you till Monday afternoon.
I have returned sooner than I expected. Dr. Chasuble, I hope you are well.
dear Mr. Worthy, I trust this garb of all does not suggest some terrible calamity.
My brother?
Monsieur for dabs and extravagance?
Still leading his life of pleasure?
Dead!
Your brother Ernest dead?
Quite dead!
What a lesson for him. I trust he will profit by it.
Mr. Worthy, I offer you my sincere condolence. You have at least the consolation of knowing that you are always the most generous and forgiving of brothers.
Poor Ernest! He had many faults, but it is sad fault.
Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No, he died abroad. In Paris, in fact.
Was the cause of death mentioned?
Severe cirrhosis.
As man sows, so shall he reap.
Charity, dear Miss Prison, charity. None of us are perfect. I myself am peculiarly susceptible to drought. Will interment take place here?
No, it seems I expressed decide to be buried in Paris. Oh, that reminds me. You know how to prison, all right?
Is there a particular infant in whom you are interested, Mr. Worthy? Your brother was, I believe, unmarried, was he not?
People who live entirely for pleasure usually are.
Well, yes, but this is not for any child. Dear doctor, the fact is, I would like to be prison myself this afternoon if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Worthy, have you been Christian already?
I don't remember anything about it.
But have you had any grave down the subject?
Of course, I intend to have. I don't know if the thing will bother you in any way, or if you think I'm a little too old now.
Not at all. You need have no apprehensions.
Would have pacified you?
Admirably, admirably. And now, dear Mr. Worthy, I will no longer intrude into a house of sorrow. What seems to us bitter trials are a blessing in disguise.
This seems to me a blessing of an extremely obvious kind.
Uncle Jack! Oh, I'm pleased to see you back. But what horrid clothes you have got on? Do go and change them.
Cicely?
My child, my child.
What's the matter, Uncle Jack? You look as if you had a toothache. And I have got a surprise for you. Who do you think is in the dining room? Your brother!
Oh?
Your brother Ernest. He arrived about half an hour ago.
What nonsense! I haven't got a brother.
Oh, don't say that. However bad
probably may have behaved to you in the past, he is still your brother. You could be so heartless as to disown him. I will tell him to come out, and you will shake hands with him, won't you, Uncle Jack?
These are very joyful tidings.
After we had all been resigned to his loss, his sudden return seems to me peculiarly distressing.
My brother's in the dining room. I don't know what it all means. I think it's perfectly absurd.
Very sorry for all the troubles I have given you. And I intend to live a better life in the future.
Uncle Jack, you're not going to refuse your own brother's hand.
Nothing will induce me to take his hand. I think this coming down is disgraceful. He knows fully well why.
Uncle Jack, do be nice. There is some good in everyone. Ernest has just been telling me about his poor invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, whom he goes to visit so often, and surely there must be much good with one who is kind to an invalid and lives the pleasure of London to see my bed of pain.
Well, he has been talking about Bunbury, has he?
Yes, Ernest has just been telling me about poor Mr. Bunbury and his terrible state of health.
Well, I wouldn't have me to talk to you about Bunbury or about anything else. It isn't enough to drive one perfectly frantic.
Of course. I admit all the faults were on my side. But I must say, Brother Jack's kindness to me is peculiarly painful. I expected a more enthusiastic welcome, especially considering that it's the first time I ever come here.
Uncle Jack, if you don't shake hands with Ernest, I will never forgive you.
Never forgive me.
Never, never, never.
Well, this is the last time I shall do it.
It's pleasant, is it not, to see so perfect a reconciliation? I think we might leave the two brothers together.
Cicely, you will come with us.
Certainly, Miss Prison. My little task of reconciliation is over.
You have done a beautiful action today, dear child.
We must not be premature in our judgments.
I feel very happy.
You youngster, Algie! You must get out of this place as soon as possible. I don't allow any Bunbury here.
I have put Mr. Ernie thing in the room next to yours, sir. I suppose that is alright.
What?
Mr. Ernest's luggage, sir. I have unpacked it and put it in the room next to your own, sir.
His luggage!
Yes, sir.
I am afraid that I can't stay more than a week this time.
Merriman, open the door at once. Mr. Ernest has been suddenly called back to town.
Yes, sir.
What a fearful liar you are, Jack. I haven't been called back at all.
Yes, you have.
Well, I haven't heard anyone call me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasure in the smallest degree.
Well, I can quite understand that.
Well, Cicely's a darling.
You're not to talk of Miss Todd. You like that? I don't like it.
You don't... I don't like your clothes. You look perfectly childish, ridiculous in them. It's perfectly childish to be in the mood for a man who is actually going to stay a whole week with you in your house as a guest. I call it
means again, a whole week, or anything else. You have got to leave by the 4-5 train.
I certainly won't leave you so long, because you are in the mooring. You'll be most unfriendly. If I were in the mooring, you will stay with me, I suppose. And I should think it very unkind if you did.
Well, where do you go if I change my clothes?
Yes, if not too long. I never saw anyone take so long to dress, and with such a little result.
Well, at any rate, then it's better than being always overdressed as you are.
If I was occasionally a little overdressed, I make up for it by being always immensely overeducated.
Your vanity is ridiculous. Your conduct an outrage, and your present by God and absurd. However, you have got to leave by the 4-5. And I hope you will have to pass your journey back to town. This bumbling, as you call it, has not been a great success for you.
Curtain is about to go up.
Well, thus far, has been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that's everything. But I must see her again and make arrangement for another boundary. Oh, here she is.
Oh, I merely came back to water the roses. I thought you were with Uncle Jack.
This gunpowder don't count for me. It's going to send me away.
Then have we got to part?
I'm afraid so. It's a very painful party.
It's always painful to part from people who one has known a very brief space of time.
The dog car is at the door, sir.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
Yes, miss.
Cecily, I hope that I won't offend you if I stay quite frankly and openly that you mean to me to be in every way a visible personification of absolute perfection.
I think your frankness does you great credit, Ernest. If you will allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary? I did everything look at it, may I?
Oh no, it's simply a very young girl's record of her own thought and impression, and consequently meant for publication. When it appears in volume form, I hope you will order a copy. But pray, Ernest, don't stop. I delight in taking down from dictation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I'm quite ready for more. Oh, don't cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should speak fluently and not cough. Besides, I don't know how to spell cough.
if you knew you were staying until next week at the same hour.
Well, I don't care about Jack. I don't care about anyone in this whole world but you, Cecily. You will marry me, will you?
You silly boy, of course. We have been engaged for the last 3 months.
For the last 3 months?
It will be exactly 3 months on Thursday.
But how did we become engaged?
Well, ever since your Uncle Jack first confessed to us that he had a younger brother who is very wicked and bad, you, of course, have formed the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prison. And of course, a man is very much talked about. It's always very attractive. One feels there must be something in him after all. I dare say it was foolish of me, but I fell in love with you, Ernest.
Darling, how did the engagement actually settle down?
On the 13th of February last, worn out by your ignorance of my assistance, I determined to end this matter one way or the other. After a long struggle with myself, I accepted you under this dear old tree here. The next day, I wrote this little ring in your neck. And there is the little bangle with the true lover's knot I promise you always to wear.
Did I give you this? Oh, it's very pretty, isn't it?
Yes, you have wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I've always given for you leading such a bad life. And this is the box I keep all your dear letters.
But my sweet Cecily, I haven't written you any letters.
Oh, you need hardly remind me of that. I remember only too well that I was forced to write your letters for you. I wrote 3 times a week, sometimes oftener.
Oh, do let me read them, Cecily.
Oh no, it will make you far too conceited. The 3 you wrote me after we have broken our engagement are so beautiful and so badly spelled that even now I can hardly read them without crying a little.
But was our engagement ever broken off?
Of course it was. On the 22nd of last March. You can see the entirety if you want. Today, I broke off my engagement with Ernest. I feel it is better to do so. The weather still continues charming.
Oh, why? Why on earth did you break it off? What had I done? I have done nothing at all.
It would hardly have been a very serious engagement if it had been broken off at least once. But I forgive you before the week was out.
What an angel you are, Cecily.
You dear romantic boy, I hope your hair curls naturally, does it?
Yes, darling. With a little help on the others.
I'm so glad.
You will never break off our engagement again, Cecily.
I don't think I can break it off now after I have actually met you. Besides, there is the question of your name.
Oh, yes, of course.
You must not laugh at me, but it had always been a girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name was Ernest. There is something in that name that inspired absolute confidence. I pity any poor married woman whose husband is not called Ernest.
But my sweet child, do you mean to say you could love me if I had some other names?
But what name?
Anything you like Algernon
name of Algernon.
My sweet little loving darling, I really can't see why you should object to the name of Algernon. It's not at all a bad name. In fact, it is rather an aristocratic name. But seriously, Cicely, if my name was Algernon, couldn't you love me?
I might respect you. I might admire your character.